Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, man? What's going on? Man,
What's
look, man, we getting clowned already. We ain't even down came in. And that boy Coop clowned us already, man. It's
already,
a
man?
he said Uncle A1 always late to the barbecue, man. Gotta tell them it start an hour before than it really do. That's messed up, Coop. Come on, man.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work, man. What's going on? How y'all feeling, Falcons fans? I'm about to call
Yeah.
y'all Hawks fans. Yeah, I let you know, man. I've been on that Hawks Digest earlier, but yeah, man, it's time to talk about it. The introductory press conference for our new head coach, Kevin Stefanski. How you feeling,
Yeah.
man? How you feeling? How you feeling, y'all? Come on in. How you feeling?
M Dub, what's up, my guy? Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Woo boy. I mean, I don't know, man. Y'all just come on in. I got a lot to let off my chest, man. I got a lot to let off my chest. Y'all
Okay.
just come on in, have a seat, man. Have a seat. Pull up. And like the bottom of the thing said, man, crank up those super chats, man.
Crank them up.
Crank up them super chats. I don't give a damn if it's $2. Crank them up. Um, I I kind of got mixed reactions because of some of the questions that were asked. But one thing I do know, that was positive to me. Um, Michael Pittman is probably going to be part of the future of the Atlanta Falcons. Um, if you think about what they said, and what was being asked with those questions about the quarterback position, and his name just kept coming up, and Kevin Stefanski just kept saying, "I'm excited to work with him." I saw him in the training room early in the week, and he was doing his thing, trying to get back. But as I told y'all before, with the quarterback position, man, I just feel like, if you put together a good enough staff, um, the quarterback position to be okay. And like I said, with Kirk Cousins, me and A1 talked about it last week on the show. He could possibly come back. Would I be happy about that? No. But I understand, because if you've worked with somebody before, you know what they expect from the system, and you know how it's ran. You have an upper hand on everybody in the locker room, and by you being a quarterback and having an upper hand, I think that's a good thing. So, what you think about the quarterback position? And y'all in the chat, y'all can drop y'all comments. What you think about the quarterback position, and the future of the quarterback position with the Atlanta Falcons?
Oh, I'm optimistic about it. I think that talking about Michael Penix Jr., that was one talking point, and it was saying like how Kevin Stefanski plans to continue development of Falcons quarterback Michael Penix. And I think one thing that did stand out was how he was talking about how he's a maniac when it comes to player development. Says I'm just crazy about development of our players, and we want it to be very intentional group when it comes to developing players. Obviously, the quarterback position is the forefront of that. And of course, he mentioned his rookies, the track record, some veterans, et cetera, et cetera. But um, I also like the fact that he took the accountability of saying, I think it's our job as coaches to put the structure around him and the curricular together for the offseason to get them up to speed. So again, like, so I do like those areas because it seems like he's going to try to be hands on with Michael Penix, who is still on a rookie contract. So we have to take that under consideration, just like we do with all the injuries and the surgeries and everything like that. We still got to take an account that Michael Penix is a selling point to get a coach, to Atlanta. Of course, Bijan Robinson, but you still got to talk about the quarterback position. So ultimately, I think, Kevin Stefanski, for now, I feel like he does want to work with Michael Penix, but I'm still optimistic about where it can go because he didn't draft Michael, etc. So it's just, you just kind of can't get too high, too low about the situation, I think, with the quarterback.
Right, and then think about that too. That he didn't draft him. Um, he's been around a lot of quarterbacks, so I think the development part of it, I think it can get better, depending on what they're trying to do, and with the scheme that they're running. He said he likes to run the wide zone as well, so That's an upper hand right there with the quarterback and with the the offensive line and things that they won't have to reshuffle nothing. They'll already be familiar. The language just different. So that's a plus. And Keith Simmons said Joe Flacco is a better option. I agree. Than Kirk Cousins because Kirk wanted to test the free agency market, and that's true. He may want to test the free agent market, and that's fine with me. But at the same time, I don't think you're gonna get better, than what you're getting. But I mean, it happens. Penix is, but it's Pitts. Damn, I want to see them keep Pitts as well. That still may be a probability depending on what the money looking like. But you got to think, man. The market that Kyle Pitts is going to have. I'm expecting him to leave because think about it. When you got a guy with that kind of talent, and the way we misused him the last couple of years, you saw him checking out on plays, and that was because he was frustrated. And the negativity he was getting from the Atlanta media market about him calling him a bust when he really didn't have a quarterback but Matt Ryan. And then when he got one this year, and Pitts and Cousins, when everything started coming together, we started seeing the real Kyle Pitts. So that caused other teams to take notice. So will he come back? I doubt it. I mean, it's not impossible, but at the same time, that money got to be right. And if that money is not right, I mean, it is what it is. You just have to move on.
I mean, Kyle wants to get paid. I really believe that he wants to get paid. He may get the franchise tag, but if he do, I think it's going to be a reluctant thing. I believe Kyle Pitts wants to get paid. I mean, we look at it. It's all the things that you just said about the mismanagement, about having multiple quarterbacks. The only thing that was really consistent in Kyle Pitts' career as an Atlanta Falcon so far has been really the fact that there's been inconsistencies, really. And you look at it, I believe that he wants to get paid again. Like I said, that he's had his best year as a pro, since his rookie year. Part of that is coaching, part of that is, scheme and everything. But I think Kyle wants to get paid. That's just what it is. I don't think he wants to be tagged. I think he wants to get paid. This is his first contract, so this is his first opportunity for a first big contract. He's already had injury before, so he already knows that NFL stands for not for long. I'm trying to get as much money as I possibly can to play this position, to play this dangerous sport that we love so much. And he's a family man too. So, at the end of the day, I just look at it like he's going to want to get paid, especially being the athlete that he is. I didn't want to add that point too. Being the athlete that he is, having the measurables that he have for the position that he plays, regardless of what the numbers and everything says, I think he's still going to want to get paid at a premium. I still do.
And I can't blame him. Jamal, I did see that interview where he talked about wanting to come back. But you got to think about it too, man. He can be excited, for wanting to be a new coach, and he's still under contract till the new league just starts. But you got to think, man. There are other guys around the NFL, other coaches that can use his skill set even better than what we used him, even when we had Matt Ryan. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs, who used their tight ends very well. You look at I can go on and on, man. Josh Allen in Buffalo, who has a 2 tight end set that use tight ends well. And I think I think Kincaid. I don't think he'll be back. I think Dawson Knox will, but I don't see Kincaid coming back, so I can see Kyle Pitts in Buffalo. New England is another team.
Tampa.
Tampa. Yeah, I mean, you can go, because Zach Robinson just went down there. Mm-hmm. So when you look at, the dynamic of that, it's just so many ways you can go with that, man. But I would.
No, I was laughing because I just thought about it. I was like, you can send him anywhere in Florida, and I think he'll be okay.
Pretty much. Jacksonville. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dolphins.
Boy. And we don't know what's going to happen with Tua. I mean, it's just so many ways that you can go. But B-Mac, this is another question that we were going to probably talk about with the Reed's play calling. I mean, you can say it's a red flag, but we just got to wait and see what's going to happen. Because I'm going to keep it real with y'all. We we are not Cleveland Brown fans. We are Atlanta Falcon fans. And sometimes when people get a fresh start, get a fresh outlook on things, get better talent, they coach you get better. Because if you have better talent on the field that you can coach and you can coach it properly, you may get the best out of these players and it may turn around faster than we think. Because as we talked about Bill Belichick in Cleveland, he was terrible. But as soon as he got his thing going in New England after that, I think it was second year with Bledsoe, he took off and never looked back. So, I mean, sometimes, situations can be troublesome. And mainly it's because of the front office is garbage. And Cleveland front office is garbage. But, I mean, with Tommy Reese, he does have experience in college football. And he was a tight end coach before becoming offensive coordinator last year. So, and I think Stefanski making the right choice because you're the head coach. You got to have trust in your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, and your line and position coaches to do their job properly to get this team on the right level playing field. And I absolutely love it. So I agree with this move. A lot of people think it's a red flag, and a lot of people don't agree with it. But I'm going to take a wait and see approach. And we'll know, like I said, by week 8, trade deadline halfway through the season, we'll know exactly what we're working with. We will know.
Yeah, he said that Stefanski said that that's a setup that I'm very, very comfortable with. I think he's an outstanding football coach. He's young, but I don't know if you always measure experience in just years. Also, he's somebody that he trusts. So at the end of the day, he is entrusting. And I said that Tommy Reese would be calling plays if he came down to Atlanta. So I mean, I'm not surprised that Stefanski is going to continue that because it just really, I mean, just to have him come here to hold a clipboard, it's just like it really just didn't make any sense to me. So I just felt like
we seen that with Dave. We're going. We don't need to see that no more.
Right. So I felt like again he was going to give the reins to Tommy to do as he pleased with the offense and hopefully control it. My biggest thing is if things are not going well with the offense, how long before the plug would be pulled or the duties would be taken away from Tommy if things are going awry? I wonder to know, like, as far as situational, would he let it go on too long? Would it be an entire season? So just believe in him, or would he actually take the duties away from him? That would be interesting to see if we go down that road. But hopefully things just work out because, like you said, the Browns are a bad organization, up and down, top to bottom, no matter you look at it. And we're just gonna wait and see. Optimistic, we have to be. At the end of the day, so it's not about personal feelings. It's about representing the logo. And right now, these guys are representing the logo. And I understand the proceed with caution feel of the fan base. And I'm not mad at you at all for that. But it's just like at the same time, on the flip side of it, we do need to be a little bit optimistic because things normally work out for the Atlanta Falcons when things come from the Browns to the Falcons. Think about the Julio trade. Think about Alex Mack. Think about the Browns saving us from Deshaun Watson. They saved us from Deshaun Watson. So I mean, it just so you just hopefully just throwing some optimism out there.
And then, we talk about the Baker Mayfield situation. But you got to think, man, he was against trading Baker Mayfield. And at the end of the day, Baker Mayfield requested a trade after he seen that they were going after Watson. Same thing with Matt in Atlanta. When your front office had their mind made up on who they want you to coach instead of what you want, that's going to be a problem in itself. And if you saw anything from that press conference today, the main thing that they just kept saying, we going to work together, which is why he's working with Kevin Stefanski right now. And I think they got their mind made up about the GM. I told y'all that last week. They're just trying to do their due diligence to see if they get a different reaction from the candidates that they bring in. But I feel like they've had their mind made up for about 2 weeks since they hired him. So now they want to get him in place to get his opinion on the GM that they have their mind set on to see if he agree with what's going on. And that's going to tell the whole story. So we'll see how it play out, man. But Keith said, what do you think about Matt Colt signing an inexperienced play caller when we were totally confused last year with Zach? Reed didn't blow it out of the water in Cleveland. And see, that's what I'm saying, Keith. You got to give him a chance at a new organization, a new system. Well, not new system, but a better roster that he can work with. Because you got to remember he was part of championship winning college football team at Alabama, so he knows how to scout. He knows how to coach talent. That's not the problem. It's being consistent, getting the best out of your team, and then they been bumping at quarterback in Cleveland for the last 2-3 years. So you got to take that into consideration. When you get consistent at the quarterback position and you have a lot of talent around you, I think that's a recipe for a winning team. So we'll wait and see exactly what he has in Atlanta, who's going to be the quarterback, what the system is, well, not what it's going to look like, but how the players will adapt to the new system and, how, they will gel and mold. But we'll see.
And then even with the inexperienced thing, I mean, you think about it, they talked about it like briefly in the press conference about having these conversations and having the conversation with Kevin about Tommy. They talked about that and everything. And he's like, talking to each coach, you have to have a plan in place, and you have to ask different questions about, what's their plan, what's their vision with different personnel, with coaches, with just the entire staff, period. So you look at it, guys, like at the end of the day, we still have to be optimistic about it, because Matt, who is inexperienced in himself, is going off of the experience of a coach who believes in the player. So again, it's a collective thing. And even with the GM thing coming down to the personnel, as Kevin Stefanski gave his opinions about that, and he was saying, hey, it's going to be my job to tell our GM and to tell Matt what I think about a player. It's my job to tell them the fit of the player and our offense, our defense, our special teams. I'm a partner, and I want to be in a collaborative effort to give my opinion, but ultimately I trust the people in those types of positions to pick the players. So he's going to have some input in on it, just like all coaches, should be able to. But ultimately, he's going to allow the guys to do their job. So again, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the GM, as we do have. It's a two-man race now. That's what it looks like, coming down to Ian Cunningham, who has really been, the front runner the entire time.
Yeah, I agree.
But you also have our guy Lifford, who is also from Georgia, who is also Georgia Tech alum, played football for Georgia Tech, so again, graduated from them. Also spent over 9 seasons with the Patriots and playing in the scouting department over there. So he's been to AFC Championships games. He's won Super Bowls on that franchise, being a part of that. Then he went on to the Houston Texans and helped make them a playoff team. I understand how far they've gotten, but that had nothing to do with him. He's putting talent out there on the field, and they're a playoff team. So I think, honestly, he is a sleeper to really, and he interviewed well, so he's a sleeper to possibly go in and steal this job from Ian Cunningham. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, even though the friendship there between Matt Ryan and Ryan Poles, that still could be a possibility that he could, backdoor everybody. But the thing about it, you just spoke on it. When it comes to scouting and putting players on the field and fit what you like to do, this is the type mentality that you have to have, not just the name, not just what they did in college, but if they fit your system. That's what New England does best. They don't care what your name is, because they just bust down their whole roster and they in the Super Bowl. As long as somebody fit what you want to do scheme-wise, as long as they got the talent to do the job, I don't give a damn what their name is. It's, can you do what you need to do to make us win football games? And Tay said the difference is between Zach and Tommy Reese is Zach only had 2 years experience. Tommy Reese has 6 years experience. There it is. And another thing, and I thought about this a little bit earlier. Tommy Reese was a tight end coach last year. If we lose Kyle Pitts, I have confidence in Tommy Reese to bring in another tight end to fill in for Kyle Pitts, to do the job that he does and take advantage of mismatches just like he does. Because there's a kid out at Stanford. I was watching and looking tape the other day. I can't think of his name right now, but he's 6'5", about 250. He has decent speed, about 4.5, 4.6 speed, and has excellent hands. But the difference is he can block. He can catch and he can block. So he will fit right in. So look, there is method to this madness. These coaches that they're bringing in, they just have a lot of talent in certain places that we just don't think about, and we have to just wait and see. But sometimes it happens. But let me get this super chat out the way right quick. I actually have two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Our boy Willie. Willie, what's up, my guy? Thank you
up,
as always, man. He said, I like the press conference of Matt Stefanski. There I go. Doesn't mince words to the point. I like the emphasis on the run game. Reese wasn't thrilled, but open to it. And that's the type of attitude you have to take, Willie. Absolutely 200% correct. Let's see who is next. John Harris, what's up, man? Y'all go check out the eye test over there on Facebook and YouTube, man. They doing their thing. They on late nights. They be up when I be sleep. So y'all still go check them out if y'all up late night on the graveyard shift. John, appreciate it, my guy. He said, sound like a saver friend. Only head coach that worked on son like Reed. Shanahan on offense. Don't like the head coach hire before a GM. Ryan making moves for the team. I mean, we knew it was going to happen, man. Like I told y'all, as long as Matt Ryan in place, he's the acting GM until they get a GM. So the GM is going to have to report to him anyway. And I get that. And I get what you're saying, John. But you got to think with the way that they're building this team. And he said it in the press conference. They wanted to level things off, but you got to move fast to get the guy that you want. And if he goes to Tennessee the very next day, he's probably the Titans head coach. And with who they're left with, and I'm starting to think we wanted Clint Kubiak, but Clint Kubiak probably did not want us because one of those, you can tell by the way that the head coaching hires are starting to move now, moving a little bit faster. He's probably turned down some more teams. So with the couple of teams that's left, he's probably going to choose one of those teams. He probably gave them the okay already, and we'll see how that turns out. But John, I get exactly what you're saying, my guy. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I definitely understand what he's saying. But again, like I'm saying, not everybody's going to love the moves that we've made so far. We just, again, from the day beginning when we first hired Kevin Stefanski, everything has just got to work. The plans, even all the way back when we hired Matt Ryan, everything has just got to work because regardless, we don't like to talk about it, but we have to mention it. We don't want to necessarily be here again in the next 2 to 3 years. Like, seriously, we can't afford that, especially with the talent that we have, the youth that we have, and guys that we have on rookie contracts who eventually will have to get paid. We can't afford to be wasting rookie years on mediocre, not being able to get to the playoffs. So we gotta capitalize. And I'm hoping again that the situation in Cleveland was just like what it looks like, a trash can, dumpster juice, some shit show. And he's gonna come down here to where it's better and we have better talent, better structure, and guys who are hungry to win, and then we're gonna go out there and get the job done. That's what I need to get done.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. They did not ask one question about Shedeur Sanders because it don't matter. At the end of the day, they only talked about the difference in the quarterback room in Cleveland. Now switching over to Atlanta, what's going to be the difference? That's all they really asked. So, I mean,
I think they told them not to even ask a question. I think they told them not to even ask. Don't you even do it? It was like, don't even do it. Don't nobody.
I mean, it really don't make sense. It really don't make sense if you ask, because what good is going to do? This Atlanta, that's Cleveland. I mean, just simple as that.
Agreed. But you know how it is. I know that it had to be somebody watching that Falcons press conference that was just waiting for a Shedeur question, which is that's not a good thing that you're sitting there.
I really didn't care about no Shedeur question because I know at the end of the day, if I'll be real with you, bro, and I told you this already, push come to shove, and he want to start over with a young guy, I can see Shedeur here next year. I mean, he's still on a rookie contract, and Deshaun Watson is coming back. Dylan Gabriel is still there. I mean, they'll trade him for a 6-7 round pick just to get him off the roster.
I mean, maybe, but to be honest with you, before Shedeur, I still want to see what's going on with Michael Penix first.
Agreed. I was just saying. I mean, if he wants to still go in a young direction, I mean, Shador still could come, but I mean, hey, that's a story for another day. But Jamal said, I don't think Kubiak is a hot of a candidate as folks try to make it seem. All of the better teams, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Bills, Giants, all chose someone to be their head coach. And look, I knew Joe Brady was going to be the coach in Buffalo. That was a given because he's interviewed for that job 3 times. He's interviewed for the Falcon job 3 times. It was just time for him to get that top spot. And this probably something they talked about last year. When Sean McDermott did not make it far as they wanted him to, Joe Brady was waiting and waiting. So it's not a surprise. And you might be right. He's probably not as hot of a candidate. But at the same time, he may not even want to be a coach till the right job comes along that he wants.
That's what I do.
So, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just say, yeah, that's what I do. I wouldn't even leave Seattle, bro. I was just saying, I mean, look at the situation. He's going to the Super Bowl, and I look at it, okay, what's left? The Raiders, the Browns, what? No, because the Titans got Robert Saleh, so it's like, what's really left? Honestly, I go right back to Seattle and see what I can do, whether you win the Super Bowl or not, see if you can repeat or see if you can get back. But at least you'll have chemistry with the same offense, same quarterback, and possibly, more coaches are going to get fired at the end of next year. Not saying I don't know like how many jobs will be available, but still, you can possibly try for a coaching cycle next year because I wouldn't go to either one of those teams, Raiders or the Browns. I'd stay right in Seattle.
And see, that's the thing. The Browns and the Raiders, they known for dysfunction because their front office is messed up. I mean, look, I'm telling y'all, the reason why I feel like the Browns and the Raiders in the same spot because they both just in the market for just selling tickets. They got a damn superstar defensive player that they can't build around, and they paid a quarterback $230 million that they don't even know how to build around him, and he can't stay out of trouble. So dysfunction is something that they feed on. And the bad thing about the Raiders organization, they got Tom Brady in the front office, and they still can't get it right.
At first, they were saying that they were going to possibly hire Brian Flores, but I guess that didn't materialize into anything. That he going back to Minnesota. So
absolutely,
it's
just, and that's the right move because you don't want to be part of that dysfunction. When a coach can't do his job properly in the right way, that's true, Tate. He responded perfectly to that question. He didn't even feed into it. He just said he had, respect for Baker and he was a great player and he just left it alone.
And it's crazy because some people actually wanted him to give a different response to it, like a rivalry type response. And I'm just like, why do y'all think I was going to get that? Like, it was totally like, as far as like winning the room, I mean, it all depends on what you're looking for. Like for me, what I take from Kevin Stefanski and a total is it wasn't like a whole lot of fun and games or anything. He's here to win games. And that's what I want. Like, as far as coaching and accountabilities, that's all I need. I don't need the jokes and I don't need the highs and the keys. I don't need none of that stuff, man. I just need somebody that's going to go out there and get results. And when he doesn't, he's going to put it on his shoulders and not going to try to throw anybody under the bus except for himself. That's it.
Tay Rush got a question, man. He said, do y'all think the guaranteed money matter more than per year with Pitts? I mean, absolutely. Guaranteed money is part of any player's contract. And this is why they don't like the franchise tag. The reason why they don't like the franchise tag, they get every dollar of that guaranteed money, but there's no guarantee for future years. If you break out guaranteed money in future years, say like if you sign a contract, you play 2 years and they trade you, the guaranteed money they still owe you gonna come. But on a franchise tag, they just pay you right then and there. But what about the future? What about 2 years from now? What about 3 years from now? Every year matters, no matter. I don't care if it's just they owe you $2-3 million. That's money that you're getting. And you got to think, you got to pay taxes, you got to pay agents, you got to pay all these fees. So at the end of the day, say like you making 20-25 million a year. By the time you bring home base dollar net dollars, it's probably half or 40% of what it's supposed to be. Say like if it's 15 million, you only getting like seven and a half because of what you had to pay out. So yeah, guaranteed money matters a whole lot.
Agreed, 100%. That's why they think about it. That's why we lost Grady and we lost our center, Drew. So it's just like,
Drew Dahmer.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it was guaranteed money. You seen the 28 million of guaranteed money that they were giving to Grady. We weren't going to be able to offer him that. And honestly, I'm glad we didn't because Brandon Dorless, Zach Harrison. And I ain't gonna lie, even though I don't know about Amanyata going forward, but I know he did have a decent season along with the young guys. So it was almost like he was rejuvenated himself. So right. I was just looking at it like this. I'm happy that our young guys was able to get that playing time because Dorless was every bit of a monster that I was assuming he was going to be. And it was just so great when the Atlanta Falcons drafted him. And I'm glad that he's able to shine. Zach Harrison, hopefully that knee is going to be okay because he was really on a trajectory for at least 8 sacks. So I'm hoping that he can come back and be able to get after it again, just mismanagement with, players and stuff like that. We got to stop that too. And that comes to the strengthening and conditioning and working with the coaching staffs and everything like that too. So we don't need no more management of guys and their injuries. Absolutely.
John Harris, the bottom line, it was the offensive coordinator that got everybody fired. Just that simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just that simple.
I'm talking about not fired. Fired.
For real. Tate said he believed they re-signed Pitts, cut Mooney to save over $11 million. I can see that.
I can see Mooney anyway.
This is a wide receiver deep draft. You can go and get a receiver in the 3rd or 4th round that can come in and produce right away. And the thing about it, man, I tell y'all all the time, it really don't matter where you draft it. If they got the heart to come in and play, they can be a 7th-round pick. Look at Marcus Colston for the Saints. Had a great career, 7th-round pick. Tyler Algier, 5th-round pick, running back. Had a good damn job. Did a good damn job. And then look, he's finna get paid. So so y'all keep throwing them questions in there, man. Keep throwing the questions in there. We'll try to roll about 15 more minutes. Jamal said Terry signed Kirk Cousins to the $180 million in draft pennies in the same year he was on borrowed time. Plus him being here 5 years without winning the season was a part of that. Absolutely.
Big part of that last statement. That last statement, man, is just, again, what company going to keep you if you ain't getting results?
Yeah. The results. Ray said Rook is a bust. I disagree with that. Dor is definitely outplaying him. I do agree with that. I wouldn't say he's a bust just yet because he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Stopping the run, filling run gaps, shooting gaps. He's strong as an ox. I think he takes another step this year. And you can see him stepping to that category, that sack category a little bit more. So, I mean, the young guy they got on this front 7 is probably going to be one of the best front 7 for the next 3 to 4 years. I can see it already. And Chris put out – go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, but remember, Rook hasn't even been playing football 10 years yet. Just a split period. Well, I think he's Rook started playing in like his sophomore year of high school? Junior year?
No, he was a junior year.
Junior year. Yeah, so junior year. We're playing football. Went on to college, Now he's in the NFL. He hasn't even been playing football in the sport in over 10 years. So you got guys that he's competing with that's been playing football like their entire life. Second nature. It's a second air they breathe. That's not Root yet. So I just trying to give him like a little time. But I am keeping my eye on old Rook.
You're right. But we do have a new special teams coach. He's been in Miami and Tennessee the last 6 years, I think. So he's done a hell of a job, man, with Miami. Miami, you saw their special teams, what they did to us in Atlanta, and he was the special teams coach there. So they got a front row seat to see what he can do. But I had to pull up his numbers and go a little bit more deeper into that conversation.
Oh well,
But
I can tell you that
go
as
ahead.
far as I can just tell you as far as he goes, like
Okay, go ahead.
the field goal percentage was 93% compared to us being 82, and our extra point percentage was 94%. Theirs was 97. Those are just like little numbers right there, but also their special teams wasn't world beaters, but I have to admit, guys, they were better than us. Ultimately, they were
Anybody
just
was better than us. We were bottom 6 in every damn category.
yeah, we were definitely the bottom of the league. It wasn't even close it wasn't even close, y'all. We was bottom of the league, and honestly, we had to make a change. You think about all the blunders that we had on special teams, and we ranked nearly the bottom. We were ranked the bottom of the NFL when it came to key special teams performance metrics, like the return yardage and also the consistency. Then you go to the kick return yards allowed. It was extremely low compared to most teams. We was the worst in the league. So again, like they still finished around the 20s, which is the Dolphins special teams, but we were the bottom. So if you think about it, you're not looking to necessarily, you would love to, but you're not necessarily looking to go from worst to first on special teams. Again, that's ideal, but let's just be realistic. I feel like if you were just more competent on special teams and just, so stop some of those gash plays, because we used to get gashed a lot on special teams.
Right.
If you stop some of those and just give your team better field position for offense and defense, I do believe that we win more games just off of that, because that's winning the game within the game of situational. So I'm glad that we moved on. Hopefully, Coach Ackerman can come in here and rewrite the ship, because the ship really got plenty of holes in it and it's going in the water.
Agreed. JT said, what running back replacement do you see for Tyler? If I had to go with a veteran, I mean, I don't see a replacement. I agree with that. But if I had to go with a replacement, I would go the veteran route, and I would probably say Dameon Pierce, formerly of the Houston Texans. He would be right around the same size, same top style power runner. So I could say Dameon Pierce. You see anybody out there you like, Chris?
No, but if I gotta throw a name out there, I will say Devin Singletary, or maybe or you may end up going to go get Nick Chubb. He's probably going to be cheap.
I can see that. He definitely would be a value buy. But how much does he have left in the tank, because he didn't look good in the playoffs?
I mean, he didn't. But again, we're just saying, like, just throwing names. I don't feel like there's anybody that is going to be better than Tyler Algier that you necessarily bring in. You can go try to just steal a journeyman or go, and give somebody an opportunity. But I think you got the real thing in Tyler Algier, and if you can, keep him. But I understand that he deserves that number one money. So I'm being selfish, if anything, by saying keep Tyler Algier, because he does deserve that number one money. But I just want to, for one thing, keep Bijan more fresh. And at the end of the day, I just feel like that 1-2 punch, it's going to be hard to replicate those two guys, because their chemistry is good together and they're good for the Falcons.
Yeah, and that chemistry hard to find in a running back room, because one thing about Tyler, he never spoke out about being cut down on carries. He just did his job when he was called upon, and he just kept it moving, because he knows if he does what's right, running football like he should, his payday gonna come, and that's exactly what's about to happen. Damon said, continue y'all things, brother. Greatest statement I heard you say, Smitty. I feel the exact same. I give a damn if the head coach fit our culture in the A. Can they just win games? That's all we need.
Yeah. That's all we need, player. We're talking about
MD20. Thank you for the donation, my brother. He said, I don't have an issue with Reed's play calling. At least we have a head coach who will take those responsibilities away if things go south. You know what he referencing towards, and I get that. I absolutely agree 200%. 200%.
Yeah. We gotta have it, man. We gotta have it, because again, I don't want to see nothing. And it's so crazy. I had said this to a group of friends and content creators, earlier, just talking about it amongst ourselves. But I'm not even looking for Kevin Stefanski to be necessarily better than Raheem Morris. I'm looking for Kevin Stefanski to really be better than Arthur Smith.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. That's not even the comparison to Raheem. You got all this talent and everything like that. You got more experienced mind that's going to guide this talent and have their hands on it. I am expecting some things. I know it may take a couple of weeks to get things going and everything like that, but I shouldn't get to the end of the season and I'm talking about the same things over and over again that we've been talking about the last 2 seasons.
And I'm glad you said that because that switched to the next conversation. Accountability. That's something that I was happy to hear because accountability is something that Raheem Morris he lacked very badly because he would not take accountability for his bad offensive coordinator. He would not take accountability for his bad special teams coordinator. He fired his wide receiver coach, which we knew wasn't the problem. It was just for the front office to get off his back. It was the reason why he made that move. And I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that's probably why he got fired point blank period because he didn't want to let go of Zach Robinson.
It could be, bro. It really could have been because he thinks that Zach was growing. And I'm not saying that, experience don't, gain you some growth. I'm not saying that at all, but it's just like overall, it wasn't getting it done in Atlanta. And again, we don't have time to continue to waste on guys who just can't get it done, on guys who are growing. I'm not we don't have time for, saying God ain't finished with me yet. We really don't.
I would done with him though. Yeah. But Alan, thank you for the donation, my brother. Please drop a question down in the chat if you want to drop down a question with that donation. Truly appreciate it. But go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, just based what I'm saying about the projects and the people who are growing.
Oh, he dropped the question. Go ahead.
We don't necessarily like need that, even though in all respects, Kevin Stefanski did say something about he's not a finished product as well. He feel like he's always growing. But y'all know in what context I'm talking about. Just like that inexperience, that inconsistency. It shouldn't, you shouldn't have your players, on the sideline cussing out your coordinators because they're calling the bad plays and they don't know what they're doing. So I don't want to see no more of that, and I shouldn't with Kevin Stefanski, and hopefully Tommy Rees, who does have a few more years of experience as an offensive coordinator. That's why I'm hoping and praying that the Browns organization was just bad, and who have better talent here, more experiences. Take for what you learn from up there in Cleveland, because I know that's what Coach Stefanski said he's doing, and just come down here and just really just redeem your face card, because in the league right now you're looked at as a loser to some people. So just redeem your face card. Best way to do that, do the same thing you did in Cleveland as far as getting those guys off of the playoff skid. 18 years, come that we on an 8-game one. We right behind the Jets. So it's like, let's end ours so we can get off of that the playoff drought list and start winning consistently.
Agreed. That's all you can ask for. But Adam did drop a question, man. He said, would you draft a quarterback?
No.
Woo, but that's a question I've been asked in the streets, on the show, DMs, everything. I would have to say no. Only because you still have a young Michael Penix on the roster. And if you want to bridge quarterback until Penix comes back, you got to go with a veteran. So I would not draft a quarterback. The only way I would draft a quarterback if I was unsure about Penix's future with this team. And they told us today that they pretty much confident in Michael Penix. They see him as part of the future of this team. And part of the reason why Stefanski probably got the job was because he's been coaching quarterbacks for 20 years. And I told y'all, Michael Penix factored in his hiring more than y'all think. So would I draft a quarterback? No. Is it out of the question? No. But I think they would probably be looking for a trade for a Mac Jones or bringing back Kirk Cousins or going out and probably find another veteran quarterback that can come in and play for one season. Or if they do good, probably 2 seasons. And that's why I said Michael Penix's future is highly in doubt, no matter if we want to talk about that or not.
Hey, man, I can't disagree with you, bro. I can't at all, man. It's going to be interesting to see And I honestly, let me look up something real quick, just while we're on the subject of quarterbacks. Let me look up a contract real quick.
You wouldn't know about cussing folks out, huh, Mike?
Mm-mm.
That's your thing. He said, Chris,
Okay.
what's wrong? Cussing out players is better than smiling in chaos. I agree with that to a certain extent.
Hmm. Hey,
Go ahead, Chris.
so okay. Let's just say we end up getting Leffert as our GM. There's a possibility, and I'm looking at Davis Mills.
Oh, that's
He
Burrow, boy. I
he
can see that one.
possibly open.
I can absolutely see that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can see it more so if he's our GM. Because he's under he would only sign like a 1 year, $7 million contract, and he has played quarterback for the Houston Texans when they were having injuries, and I believe he had a full season, under them as well. So that possibly could be an option as well. I still like Mac Jones,
Yeah,
but
Davis Mills was the quarterback before CJ Stroud got there.
right,
So
right.
he's been go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like that could be an option as well, a bridge quarterback to kind of help things. But I'm gonna be honest with you though, Smitty. I still stand on until I'm wrong. I still stand on the possibility of Kirk Cousins getting his behind cut, and then he may go test the market. But there's also a possibility with the coach Stefanski coming in here. There's a possibility of Kirk just signing like a little minimum deal or a little smaller deal, just to stay along and stay on to work with Kevin Stefanski again. I still believe that that's an option now. With him being the head coach, I just think it's an option.
Absolutely, it is. Darius said temperature checking the press. He seems like genuinely good dude. I'll give him a shot. We still should have kept Terry. I'm sticking to that. But Terry didn't. The win didn't add up. So sometimes you make the choice and you got to live with him and you got to die by him. So it happens.
Yeah, man, I like Terry, man, but again, just didn't get it done in the time that was allowed.
Facts. But you got any other things to say before we get out of here?
Hey, man, let's just get ready for this GM. That's going to be the next hire. Hopefully, well, I mean, it's Tuesday now. Hopefully, by Thursday or Friday, we will be introducing the next GM, and maybe we'll get a press conference that same week. We'll see. I don't know. We may end up be looking at this time next week about having the GM introductory press conference. So it's just the Falcons are hot right now, regardless. So shout out to all content creators, man. Y'all get on y'all job, y'all do y'all thing, and let's get out here and provide this content to our Falcon fans who deserve it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. But yeah, man, another great pop-up show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, helping us push this news across. But another great pop-up show to put in the books. Great press conference. I like what I heard. Very positive and something that we need around here. But you know what to do, man. Tell everybody where to find you.
Hey, man, A1 Forever Sports, this platform on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, and y'all come over and be a part of the A1 family. Love to have you. Also, catch me on the Hawks Digest as well. Atlanta Hawks right now, 3 in a row, going to play Boston next, and we're going to try to get those guys as well. But either way it goes, Hawks, saying we're trading the water right now, but we're only one game out from the 6th spot. So, and that's just how close and tight everything is in the Eastern Conference. But yes, Hawks Digest on YouTube, Twitter, A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok, man. Again, thank y'all for always tuning in and being a part of the show. Again, shoot, man, we're going to be coming right back at y'all. Smitty, it don't take Smitty no time. He already dropping the profiles and the free agents and stuff like that, but we're both going to be doing those type of things. Just guys that we think that possibly can fit, or guys that may be a cheap replacement, or whatever the case may be. Just keep it locked, keep it live. We got y'all covered.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all know to find me, man, at FatBoySlim_21 on Twitter. I'm always over there blowing that thing up, man. Shout out to all the Falcon content creators out there, man, who doing their thing during the season and the off season, man. Shout out to them. But again, man, find me at Smitty Sports Machine right here on YouTube as I get you all the latest headlines, draft profiles, free agents and targets, and trade targets. And Davis Mills is going to be one of my next trade targets. So thank you for putting that right in scope review. So be looking for that in the coming future.
Ooh.
But for my boy Chris, this your boy Antoine Smith signing off. We're gonna holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.